welcome to elections 2025. Right, when the map fills out, we're going to be crowning either bringing in a new government or reinstating the current one. And yeah, so I decided to live stream this because I did put out a poll and I didn't let me just check the poll out. Yeah. Yesterday we had Sunday Vibes Live and I asked you all, hey, if you want me to live stream this. And for the majority of the past, I think, yeah, 7723. See if all seen that there. Boom. 7723 is the 77% of the people who voted said yes. And 33% said 23% said nah, bro. Out of 124 votes. Oh, Dryer and Kevin, big up, and random Trinidadian. Well, it would appear so, eh? To be honest, I have not paid attention to any of the rallies for any party this wrongs, apart from the memes that have been circulating on social media. So, I'm not sure how things go. It would appear that currently the UNC is in the lead. Whoa, Barry! Yeah. So we here to confirm this because this could be the scene now, but this could change up anytime. So it's not like to say what's going on. So this is so far the UN. They haven't really confirmed the seats per se. Right. The main thing here is the battlegrounds, I think. So Arangwes right now is UNC is leading, Barataya, Sawa, PNM leading. Shogunas East. I didn't even realize Shogunas East is a battleground. To me, I thought. I mean, this is. Obviously, to be honest, I didn't even know. Faizabad, La Hoqueta, Talparamayaro was. San Fernando West is interesting. So to me, again, it's like Toko, Sangray, Tobago West. Okay, cool. Tuna Puna, yeah. It's strange to see Tuna Puna on the rise, but so far, it would appear, well, based on what I'm seeing here. Alright. Well, I mean, right now, like we said, well, I didn't say anything yet. Oh, Cindy, big up, and let's see, Brandon, not much from North. Yeah, well, I mean, normally North will be red, red and ready. That is be the normal team. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar, right, we have 41 seats. So the party that has the majority of seats will be forming the next government of Trinidad and Tobago. Tobago, I mean, right now, yeah, that is Tobago, yeah, TPP in the lead, but I mean, you never know. So there's 23,685. What about phone, right? Right, electorate in Tobago, and they only had a 16.5% turnout. So I mean, it could go either way. What's in Duke, you never know, eh? But still, yeah, right. So right now Tobago, at least Tobago East safe for now for thing, but yeah, look we back on Tobago. These so Tobago East and East Tobago West, the incumbent, Shamfa Kucho is in the lead. Again, look at this margins now. You only have 8%. So you have 28 let me just so simplicity's sake say you have 28,000 eligible voters and only 10% turnout. Wow, that's amazing, boy. So that is what, like 2,800 people alone turnout. So yeah, that could go that way. Let me see. Well, point 14. We're still early in point 14. Now, are using this? This is from the Pekong party, you know. Cindy, I'm not even sure if Sipari finished counting, but Tanti Cams has announced that yeah, the victory for Siparia. Point 14, as last time I checked, there was in the lead. I'm just gonna go through each constituency and see who is the scene, right? Yes, Sanders, things are good for now. You know, this is a special live that we on for elections 2025. So we're watching the map at the moment. Right now, it's looking like yellow. This is the thing, right? When people watch the eastern side of the map, you'll see all these big, blocks. But the people living on that side is a small margin. The majority of Trinidad in the center, and on the western side, the southwestern side, is more vegetation. There's on the eastern side from Point 14 go up all the way to probably down the islands is where we have the majority of the population. That and along the east-west corridor. So that is further north of the map. So essentially, what I'm saying, right, what I'm saying is here, this side here have a good bit of vegetation up here, and all here would have the normal thing. But yes, I am getting this from the Pekong party, who is streaming this information from EBC sites. So I'm not sure how updated it is, but let me check it out. Let me go through each constituency. Oh, Andrew and Midnight Queen. Yeah. And Shuman. Shuman is asking me when I'm doing a roti run in Shogunas. Well, I'm not sure, to be honest with you, Shuman. It wouldn't be in May, probably June, July. I will see. I do plan to do a cheap eats roti hopping sometime in June. So yeah, so you can look out for that. Drea, well, we're not sure. Like I said, like we just checked the Tobago West still looking. It could go anyway. But anyway, let me just double check these results here. I hope you all, yeah, let me double check these results here. So nothing's different so far. Last update was 22. So it hasn't updated in a while, so we'll see when the next update happens. But as of 3 minutes past 10, all right, we have, well, Shogunas West. Yeah, that done 28,000. It done cross 10,000. Yeah, it almost to the 50% mark for the UNC. So we could, was a safe seat for UNC anyhow. My arrow. This is a swing seat. But Wilfred Nicholas Morris is in the lead. But you never know, right? So this could, so far my arrow looking like it may swing, but again, we still have the turnout is 50%. So yeah. La Hocketa Taparo is another, swing seat. So this one kind of close in a sense. So you never know how this will go as the night progresses, right? So yeah, only seeing fail to fetch election data. Let me see. I'm going to try and refresh this page. Now, refreshing this page, I guess everybody tuned in at the moment. So let me see. Last updated. All right, so this one is a more up-to-date thing. Let me just go back through the margins a little bit. Oh, Philip. Well, so far looking like is the next PM will be Miss Kama Prasad Bisesa, but it's still kind of early yet. Uh, yeah. So it's 41 seats. So the first one to 21, and yeah, essentially. So we'll see how it goes. Um, I honestly think, like, regardless of whoever win this rounds, the next few years going to be a little bit challenging because we up to now I'm not sure how the state of our treasury is. The HFs, the Heritage and Civilization Fund, probably iffy. Um, so there's a lot of work that needs to happen, and I think the mindset of us training people, Trinbagonian people, need to like not be so happy go lucky and realize that okay, we may be facing some hard times regardless of who win. To be honest, like I said, I wasn't following the elections campaign or trails or anything, but how quiet it was, and from based on the memes, it looked like none of these parties was really fighting to win in a sense. But that's again conspiracy theory on my part. And oh, Alicia, thank you for joining. Hey, thank you all for joining in. We have no music playing in the background. We just me. Might hear some fan noise and thing, and we just gonna check in with the scene, right? So again, Chagonas West more or less covered. Tuna Puna still could swing. So let me say turnout it was 48.9%. That is close to whoever get about. So that is yeah. So Tuna Puna, we can still watch that, but so far Alexander in the lead here. Mayaro again. Well, Mayaro looking like you're going to the UNC. Talparo La Hocketa. This one could swing back to a red side. You never know. We gotta wait for results. Only 65% is in. 71% here is Mayaro. 78% is in for Tuna Puna. And 89. Well, like I said, Shogunas West, that was a safe seat anyhow. Siparia, 66% is in, but I mean, Tanti comes in the lead there. Tobago West, 73% in. So this one gonna be a close one. I'm not sure how this is gonna swing. I can't believe look at how much people have for the Tobago West now. I didn't realize they have so much parties. I had to say shout out Patriotic Front, the new party, for at least providing 41 seats. I don't think they are winning. At the end of the day, it's always be good to have a new party, but really and truly, here in Trinidad and Tobago is either yellow or red. That is the way it go. Oropuch, there's an next safe UNC seat, 55%. Yeah. San Fernando East. This one is interesting because this is supposed to be a safe PNM seat, and most likely Brian Manning would win this, but at least for now, John Michael Alibocos is giving them a good run, but again, this is just 64% in. So Princess Tongue looking like, and he's 50% in. So Princess Tongue looking like it more or less safe for the UNC Aruka Lopino. This again supposed to be a relatively, it's only 45%. And Marvin Gonzalez for here, Aruka. Now Marvin Gonzalez has done a good bit for Aruka and Lopino in the tenure he was in at the MP for Lopino, so I don't see him losing this seat. But yeah. So so I would think there's a safe seat as well for the current government. Well, no, it have no longer no current government anything, right? This is elections night, so at the end of this night we'll know who the new government is. Again, only 32% in for Tobago East, so that could change up. So we had to come back to that. Chagonas East still early, 25% in. Vanana Mohit and Rishi Sukai. So again, this is normally a UNC seat, but You never know. Naparima looking like okay. UNC is leading again. San Fernando West. Now this used to be uh swing seat in the past. You know, it could go either way. A marginal. That's how we call it. But again, we do not know what's gonna happen. So yeah, let me bring up this a little bit to the top because yeah, let me adjust. All right, let me see. I just going in between the stuff, right? So we have Cindy B is hoping that grocery prices go down. Now, to be honest with you, Cindy, we even though certain things have been on the rise, our grocery prices, and even though the grocery prices has been on a rise, we are still relatively good compared to other countries. Like really and truly, if you compare dollar to dollar, we still kind of okay. Yes, it could see how things go. I still think it's too early yet for anybody to concede elections. And Helen has asked me what my thoughts on the EBC being supervised while counting votes. I mean, that is the way it normally happen, right? For a fair elections, right? We invite CARICOM members to come across and they will visit the different polling booths and then they'll be there to ensure that the elections is fair and just, right? So I have no thoughts on that and just know that this is the process, and in a democracy we have to trust the process, right? We be too small to have last minute people trying to thief elections and thing. So I just have faith in the system. If not, well, I guess there are things in place people could after elections could do probably, you know, legally. I'm not sure. I'm not particularly sure what can be done, but I just have faith in the supervisors for the elections. Whether we could go down the conspiracy route and say nah, we don't trust it, but I haven't seen any news articles saying there's anything about that, right? And Sandal is saying love the videos. Hey, what made me want to start the YouTube channel? Boy, basically COVID. Actually, yeah. And that's the next story by itself. I think I explained this a few times in some past videos, in some past lives, but basically, I was looking to travel just before COVID happened, and while traveling, I was looking up like YouTubers who would, you know, do suggestions to like places like New York and Chicago and thing, and then COVID hit and it's like it crashed the trip I was making, and I thought anybody doing what these kind of YouTubers doing for their local state and here in Trinidad, and that is how basically it started, and it's evolved over time. Barry, I do have subscribers mode on, but have it set to being a subscriber for at least five minutes. So people could jump in, but and yeah, the chat is only available to subscribers. But basically you only have to be subscribed for like 5 minutes. So it is on subscriber mode, and at the end of the day, here on TrinbagoVibes, we have always stated that we are unbiased in these things. We do not, you know, we do not criticize people and how they vote, their race, their religion, right? We may have our thoughts, like me, myself, Rajeev, might have my own biases, my own thoughts on certain things, but at least here on the channel, we are all about Trinidad and Tobago, regardless of what you may, you know, what are your, what's the word I'm looking for here? Regardless of what you may think or what are your thoughts and everything, here we just highlight everything Trinidad and Tobago. Right now, we are just on the watch party just to see how things going, just to see basically at the end of the night who will be leading us for the next 5 years. I think it's a lot of work, regardless of who wins. And yeah, so even if we have some trolls in the comments, like, all right, cool, you know, I mean, can't go wrong with that. So yeah, Well, Trinipati is still early yet. Like I said, it is the first to 21, and we still have some time. Like I was going through. Let me go back through this. Of course, it's like me personally, I might be biased towards what I may like, what I might dislike, or whatnot. Sometimes you might see that in the videos, but here on the channel itself, and when I mean see that in the videos, I mean food base, right? The only thing I'll be biased with that you'll see here on the channel is my taste buds, right? And I always tell you all, what may taste good for me may not be good for you, or I might get lucky and go out there tasting good. I might get unlucky out there and go in and tasting bad, because sometimes people is give me flack, so to speak, when I'm criticizing food out there. But other than that, at the end of the day, we all have to live with each other. We are, Trinbagonians, regardless, right? We need to support whoever it is in power and make sure they're held accountable and hope and pray that they could, lead us into a better state than we have been for the past few years. Because right now, globally, things are getting rough, right? So, yeah. So, correct, Trinipati and 27th Avenue. We have to remain unbiased in this thing. So let me just check out the scene a little bit more. I was going through the results. This was last updated. All right. Let me just refresh again because I want to get the scene going on now. Faizabad looks like it's going to the PNM side. Yeah. Tobago will be a hard fight. Tobago West, because it's 99% in. Way! Oh my God, 99% Tobago West is a very close result, and they almost finished counting there. Mayaro, we went through these others. I don't think anything really changed much for the things. Yeah, nothing really much change in the counting. Kearney Central, yeah, this way expect Tobago East. I still find it strange, only 32% in for Tobago East, Red. But yeah, Stragonas East, well, is a typical UNC seat. Naparima or Puch West. Puch West 15% in. San Fernando West, still early yet. Cuba South still early, but this is typically a UNC seat, so I think they're okay. Toko Sandy Grande, this could swing either way. I think this one is somewhat marginal. I mean, Roger Moore has been there. Labre has normally been voting for the PNM, but and Randall Mitchell, like him or not, I think he was one of the ones who was doing a good job for the tourism, being the tourism minister. You used to see him all over the place. Kearney East, still early. Point 14 is a PNM safe seat normally around West St. Joseph. This one, I believe, is a swing, so and it's still early too. So we don't know. You see, these votes coming in is like Kumoto, Mantalina, Arima. Nothing coming in for Claxon Bay, Cuba, no, nothing else coming in for. This is so strange, boy. I find it taking a little while to update these things. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Let me go back to the So this is the map so far. Barry now no saying he get blocked cause CSC3 YouTube channel. Dread, I still find it early. So, but Barry, if you get blocked, then the chat, let me just open up CNC3 and see who is the scene. You know. Oh, shucks, they really?
to hand over the political leadership.
But your time as political leader, how do you think this loss impacts it or affects it?
Well, when you contest, whether it is cricket, football, election, being second is a possibility. Somebody else could always win. That's why they call it a contest.
No, to be honest with you all, I don't think they really push. This is a conspiracy theory. I don't think they really wanted to win this election. But, yeah.
Overly involved because you yourself would be saying that I am in fact, how are you going to put it? You were going to say that I am, you were going to be saying that young had the tongue, but I had the truth. That wasn't what I wanted. As a member,
Barry, I can't believe you get blocked from this chat.
I came out in a measured way to provide support to the team, and I have no regrets about that, and I think I did as much as I could have done, and I didn't want to do anymore because, frankly, I took myself out of the arena by resigning as Prime Minister and by indicating that I'm leaving as political leader. After 40 odd years, that was my decision, and I hope that you will accept it for what it is. Thank you all very much.
Yes.
Wow. Well, there you have it. Time of defeat called around 10:15 p.m. The PNM has conceded, and the United National Congress will become this country's next government for at least the next 5 years. Just to qualify what Dr. Rowley said there, just take a look at the map, which is a graphical representation. Of course, we haven't filled in all of the colors there, but what we can tell you all, Dr. Rowley and the PNM predicting they won between 10 to 13 seats. We'll sort that out a bit later, but there will be 3 parties in the parliament. The next parliamentary term, there will be 3 parties in the parliament. That hasn't happened for a little while. But you know, speaking with UNC people on the ground and part of the UNC executive and their campaign team, they would have told you that they were actually expecting what they called a national sweep. Whenever you spoke with them, they'll say, off record, we're expecting a national sweep. And that seemed to have happened here. When we went to the UNC rallies, we felt, the reporters, all of us would talk about it in the newsroom, where we felt a different sort of energy on the ground, and right now we can see what's happening at the UNC headquarters. But you felt a bit of a renewed energy in the UNC, and they'll be taking over the country now, and I hope their slogan was, when they win, everyone will win. We'll be holding them to that, you know. If everybody doesn't win, they'll have to hear from us.
I agree with that.
Questions now to be answered. Who will become the political leader of the PNM? Who will be the opposition leader? And did Dr. Rowley make a huge blunder with the way he handled the handing over of that Prime Minister title over in Tobago and the controversy that came out of that? Of course, our analysts will speak to that a bit when we come back.
All right. So, like, good thing, yeah, boy. This is it there, and that's that. All right. Yeah, because as people say, it is a blowout in a sense, yeah. So yellow was really the code this election wrongs, but I mean, you could probably see that coming because we have an increase in crime. We have a few. Forex was getting trouble, and probably a few other things, and how things was going, we could have seen that Trinbagonians wanted a change. So, like Akash just mentioned, UNC's logo, when they win, everybody wins, so we have to hold them accountable for that, right? So let's see what the next 5 year brings. Like, Red, I come out here, I was going live. I said I'd come out later on because I wanted to come out around 9, you know, for this. What? I say let me come out later because, you know, when it early, there's something, let me just think this in. When it early, right? Early on, you can't really predict anything, right? Early on, you can't really predict anything. Okay, so it just updated there. So you see so far, UNC has a good 25 seats. PNM have 14. So once you cross 21 seats, once you are secured 21 seats, you automatically become the next governing body of Trinidad and Tobago, because we have 41 seats for both Trinidad and Tobago, two seats in Tobago and 39 seats here in Trinidad. And yeah, so 21 seats is enough to give you the majority to be the government, and then of course the opposition. He also made mention that, all right, now with this being the case, who will be the opposition leader? If it is Mr. Stuart Young, he's the new opposition leader, or will the party regroup and have their internal elections and choose our next leader? I'm not sure. We will see. But at this point in time, we have a new government. It is the United National Congress. Yellow is the code, as people mentioned. And let me just hope, right? This time is the second time we are going to have a female prime minister here in the country, right? She was the first female prime minister back in 2010 to 2015, and she will now be reigning from now 2025 till 2030. So and yes, Greg. So let's just see how this thing goes, So let me set up the map a little bit. Let me just get the map there on the screen. Yeah. So the colors coming in. Dread, like I said, I came on this live stream a little late because I wanted to, hey, we're going in for the long run. I'm not coming in the earliest because it's like I had other things to do. It's Monday, right? And so I came in here around 10 to check out this, because I just wanted, at this point in time, I know some of the seats would be called and we just go the distance. I didn't expect, to be honest with you all, the ex-government, the PNM, to concede at this point in time so early. By 10:15 they basically concede. I guess they was watching how the things going, and at the end of the day, these elections has come down to the marginals, right? The marginals are the constituencies where they could vote either PNM or UNC. It could go either way. Like, they have all the other safe seats, but yeah, once whichever party win the marginals would win the general election. So, right, a good bit of people would be celebrating this. It is a change from the current government, and again, let's see what the next 5 years bring. All right, because yes, Trinbago, I think regardless of who did get in power, in this case the UNC, there's a lot of work ahead, because you have to understand, we just came off COVID. The world is still reeling from that on an economic basis, and the US right now, with US-China wars, tariff wars going on, is a whole different scene out there. So we need to find ways in which to make our lives a little better, and to find ways to generate revenue here, because of the oil and gas, we can't depend on that as previous years. So yeah, Barry, I agree with that, right? Don't let anybody intimidate you. Know your rights. Stand your grounds. That's why we have laws. That's why we have the Constitution. So this is, as Akash stated earlier, we're gonna have 3 parties in Parliament, all right? And but how this going right now? It looks like the UNC would have the majority to vote out other stuff, to pass anything or legislation and stuff. So yeah. So I think that's about it. That's so. Tell you, I was here to go the distance. I don't have a little coffee here. I don't have a little, water and thing, just to sit down and we go until, these things would normally finish by about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the night. But you know, I didn't expect to be so short. All right, so again, people, we have a new government. We need to give them some time to sort out whatever issues that is the other sort out. Let's see who's going to be the next set of ministers for the different MPs and whatnot, members of parliament. And as far as I'm aware, Kevin, tomorrow is still another working day. School's supposed to be opening tomorrow. All right. Wait. Let me just go and check to see what's going on in the UNC. And UNC have something. UNC have a. Where is this UNC? Let's see what is saying, buddy.
2017. Others came, but gradually we begin to understand that is not acceptable. Yes. Because they get away in 2020. They get away. We didn't make the same mistake this time. This in terms of imagery, organization, discipline. Yes. Come on. Yes. And we also had we have good candidates. Some of those candidates were very strong.
Look at the crowd there. What's the future for Stuart Young? Is this the end of his political career? The PNM will well throw him in the dustbin the way they did in 2010
No,
of Patrick Manning.
he's not going to win.
Ah, boy. Yeah. Let me stick back to we normal thing. We need to tackle the crime. Last time, a proper state of emergency was called when the new prime minister, well, the first, when she now came in power back in 2010, a state of emergency. It probably reduced it to extent, but we need a proper commissioner of police to really sort out the crime rate and a proper minister of national security. The national security has always have the largest budget, so that need to sort out, and we need to reduce the crime rate. We need the hospitals. You need to. Yes, we have free healthcare here in Trinidad and Tobago, but still people be waiting not for too long. So that needs to be sorted out. And let me see what watermelon ice. I am not sure who won San Fernando West. Let me just see if I can get it on the map. San Fernando West is. We still not sure because only 11% in, but let me just see. That's just some final. That's 11% in based on these results, but yeah. There you go, Martin. Port of Spain South. Arima. Nothing yet. So I do not know when the thing come in. We go find out that, but I think I'll find out that tomorrow. Because if one party don't concede, and that means victory going to the next party. So tomorrow we'll find out exactly the final results of this. Right. As far as I'm aware, I could be wrong, but as far as I'm aware, there were no incidents during these elections. During the hours of 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. The people have spoken. They wanted change, and the Rising Sun is the party that the people have spoken for. So, God willing, let's see what the next 5 years brings. Right. So yeah. For some people who they may not like these results, but it is the results at the end of the day, and life goes on. We still have to continue to make Trinidad and Tobago a better place for us, regardless of our political affiliation and all these things. So, people, elections time done. All right, I am going to wrap up here. Like, I'll tell you, I was planning to go the distance. I was going till 1 o'clock in the morning, you know. But earlier we just jumped across to CNC3, and the PNM has conceded. So the People's National Movement, Dr. Rowley came on board and conceded. Again, Stuart Young should have take that mic because he's the current. He take over. Dr. Rowley, in an unprecedented move, made him the leader of the party. He should have come on board and, take responsibility for that. Because, again, at the end of the day, the Honorable Stuart Young would still have that PMP, right? Because he was Prime Minister for a month. Or 2 months. How long it is, I can't remember. But, again, he make history. I still don't understand why that happened, but hey, I'm just a pleb in this whole things. So, if you voted for the UNC, congratulations. If you voted for the PNM or any other party, don't worry, life goes on. You just have to know your rights, stand your grounds, and at the end of the day, hold the same people accountable, right? Because we tend to hold the previous government not so much accountable for what they have done compared to other parties who may be in power. But now we need to, be hold them accountable across the board, right? Hopefully we have a decent opposition. Hopefully the new government is going to, improve our lives, as they stated. They won, so everybody won. so congrats to the UNC for taking this elections, and God willing, taking us for the next 5 years into a much better spot than we were previously. So we'll see how it goes, right? Next 5 years, provided I could do our next live stream for the next election. Yeah, we go see how it goes. Alright, folks, you all have a safe one, have a blessed one. I am going to try and sleep. I'm going back up there to check my wife and chat a little bit, and I will see you all in the next one. The next live stream, God willing, will be Sunday. Not sure yet what's the plan for this Saturday for the video. Yesterday in the Sunday Vibes Live, I did mention the majority of videos up and coming May, the month of May, is going to be mostly foodie vlogs, right? In going forward in this, I think we could spend, like Randall Mitchell did do a decent job in the tourism aspect, but we need to push it a little more further, especially like our food and culture is one of the two main things that we could really promote. And yeah. Oh, well, Kevin, that is... Oh, let me top across. Kamala, they say, is doing her speech right now.
Of cooperation and of hard work where everyone stood in their zone and worked. Whether the seat was Savaria, whether the seat was St. Joseph, whether it was Tunapuna, whichever seat it was, we had teams and teams of activists and people working every single seat. And so they did so well. All of you, thank you for showing up. Thank you for staying on the course and believing in our great party. Thank you, TNT. I say thank you for your support during this campaign. Thank you for your confidence for a better TNT. And for letting the world know that we, the people, have the real power in Trinidad and Tobago. We the people, you are the people, you are the government. Not the fake elites, not the financiers with all their money, but the real people of Trinbago who have toiled and kept faith that you deserve better. This victory is for the senior citizens to keep their pensions. This victory is for public servants to get their rightful salary increases. This victory is to reopen the Children's Hospital. This victory is to reopen Patron. This victory is to once again give laptops to our children. This victory is to create over 50,000 jobs. And so, the victory is yours. Now that the UNC has won, everybody wins. We have fought a clean campaign. We have fought a campaign based on policies, plans, and programs. After years we spent listening to you and taking note of your wants, your needs, your hopes, and your desires. It is now that the real work starts. From day one, we'll be focused on delivering on our promises, working to make every citizen's life better, brighter, more prosperous. I give you the assurance tonight that no one will be left behind. No one will be left behind. Because when UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. We will walk into government together. You will now have a Prime Minister who cares. A Prime Minister who loves you. A Prime Minister who will fight so that we all win together. We will work for you. You are the real bosses, and we are here to serve. Serve the people. Serve the people. Serve the people. You have an elected people-centered government. For the people, by the people, and with the people. So permit me again to say thank you. Thank you. Let us rejoice and celebrate this day in our history. This has been a tremendous blessing. And once again, I thank you, Trinidad and Tobago. We will be with you every step of the way over the next 5 years and beyond. And I want to say tonight, and beyond, I want to say tonight to all our candidates who gave everything that they did, every muscle, every sinew they strained and worked so hard. Give it up for all our candidates of the UNC. Give it up for the candidates of the coalition of interests. And I say, get ready to win. It is time to win. Because now that the UNC did win, everybody wins. I have told you before, I have always told you, you have had leaders before me. You will have leaders after me. But I know you will never, ever have a leader who loves you as much as I do. May the good Lord continue to bless and keep each and every one of you. I thank you. Thank you. God bless.
No, that's all well and good. Like some of the promises she have made, right? Honestly, we will see how it goes because, again, I still think some of these things will be challenging, right? They have to get in power, see what the state of the treasury is like, and also see where we are in terms of like our economic power in a sense now, before they could look to tackle the different things she called out there. So if it don't happen right away, we have to find out. Not find out, we will see why, or we need to understand why, because honestly, I still think right now our economy in a mess, right? So we'll see how it goes. But for all good and intentions, right? We have a new government that is up and coming. So yes. Somebody asked who win point 14, was it? Point 14 seat, I think that went to the PNM, you know. Let me see, last updated. Let me see if any votes came in again. Nah, nothing. It's still 5%. Most likely, Kennedy Jr. Richards would win that seat, but we'll see how it goes. And I think this round's Normally, next thing I've noticed, and you all could correct me if I'm wrong. Normally, who the unions support in the elections, they normally tend to win. So yeah. So, but this is it. The PNM has conceded. The UNC has, you just heard our new Prime Minister's victory speech. You know, the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa. So yeah, let's see who she puts in what positions for Minister of Tourism, Energy, Utilities, you know, Finance Minister, Attorney General, all these things. Minister of National Security, Minister of Health, you know, Minister of Labor, all those different portfolios. And let's see what the next 5 year brings. But until then in the morning, we'll post up all the results and everything. So y'all have a safe one. Have a enjoyable one. Have a blessed one, you know. And yeah, congrats again to the UNC for forming the new Trinidad and Tobago government, right, for the next 5 years. And by the way, regardless of whether your party won or not, be proud that you went out and execute your democratic right and voted, right? Your civil duty in a sense, right? Yeah, boy, but here now, did this ink stain real dread, boy. I won't lie. Right? But still, like Barry mentioned before, put pressure on the people who are representing you to make sure and get things done. If things are not getting done in a quick time that you would want to get done, try to understand the reasoning why. Right? We have to put pressure on those who represent us in Parliament, both opposition and government. We were supposed to be doing this from before, yeah, but people were sticking with that, to be honest with you all. Right? But still, for us to really, you know, uplift ourselves, we need to, you know, hold everybody accountable. Anyway, you are most welcome, Patricia. I just thought I'd come in here, and it just so happened we got results faster than we thought. All right, Brandon, not sure what is happening. They are still counting votes, but as it stands in terms of UNC have 25 safe seats, meaning that, well, 25 safe seats at the moment. PNM 14, they still have. So that's essentially, what, 36 seats out of the 41, more or less. So they're still counting to get the final figures. But, yes. We wouldn't know that till later tonight, or in my case in the morning, because I'm going to wrap up here. All right, thank you all for joining the live. And yellow was the code this wrong, you know, or some people say that. So yeah, so we'll see how the next 5 years goes. Honestly, this elections, I wasn't really paying attention much to it. Right? I know from the ground things, people wanted change, and we have the change now. So let's see what it brings. Again, thank you all for joining this short, you know, elections coverage, so to speak. I was hopping on board. Shout out, you know, the Pekong party for pulling this data and having it in such a neat way. The sites I was on was CNC3 sites. I was on. UNC have their own live stream happening. So yeah. So again, congrats to members of the UNC for winning the 2025 general elections. And yeah, we have local elections in 3 years. Yeah, about 2 years time. Yeah. So we will see how it goes then. Again, we have our fried chicken hopping video coming up. We've got our buffet video coming up. And we have a few other food vlogs. And then hopefully in June I'll be doing more beach stuff. I want to do a little more Tobago stuff as well later in the year. And thanks again for, you know, all the support and joining me on this live. Alright, folks, that's about it. I'm wrapping up here. And let's see, Lena is saying, yes, we must be, like, Lena, we were supposed to be doing this all before, but people was being quiet, I find, right? But yes, we need to keep our governments in check and hold all of them accountable for everything, because oh yeah, I think everybody really caring for the the crime rate and the USD limit. Again, we have to see how the central bank is going in terms of we generating that revenue. So, lol, yes, waterfall is the next thing. But as our new prime minister, up and coming prime minister stated, they won. Everybody won. So let's hope that they improve all these vital stuff for people who haven't been getting water and everything in the upcoming years. It'll take some time. Again, they have to see what is the current state of the treasury and what is the current state of every government agencies and what projects are ongoing, what need to finish, what they might stop and whatnot, and introduce their own thing, their own policies, everything. So we'll see how it goes. So peeps, it was nice. Thanks for joining, and I'm going to wrap up here. Good night. Have a safe one, have a blessed one, and yeah, I'm sure we'll find out on social media tomorrow the final results of everything here. So yeah, TrinbagoVibes, and well, I came here with the same thing, Dread. I came here with no expectation. I was just going to see how the numbers flow in and go in. And yeah. Siobhan, keep calm, keep calm. Alright, don't worry about anything. Alright, we try to avoid these, profanities and stuff here on the chat. It don't matter what was said about any of our neighbors, as in the Venezuelans, Gandalf, so doesn't matter. So you all have a safe one, and Raj, ooh, I look at the press and all they're asking all these questions. Dread, I don't know, right? All I know right now, you can see the general elections, and we'll see how it goes. So look out for the next set of videos up and coming. There's gonna be some food vlogs in the month of May, and then we'll go back to some culture stuff, some locations, some beaches, hopefully waterfalls, that kind of thing. Alright folks, you all have a safe one, have a blessed one, and yeah, that's it for the election coverage this rounds. I might come back again for local government elections, right? And after that, well, next general elections 2030. Ooh, wow. I wonder if I'll still be on YouTube or thing then, boy. I'm not sure. We'll see. May month gonna be 5 years since I've been doing this. Thanks again for the support, peeps.